As many of you know, I had the privilege of watching Wes Anderson's new film Asteroid City at the Cannes Film Festival a few months ago. With the film now beginning to come out more widely, I thought I'd share my thoughts on the film. Asteroid City is a comedy drama that follows the story of a recently widowed father and his children. The father takes his children on a road trip to desert town Asteroid City for a junior stargazers convention for his son. While there, they meet the other visitors of the convention and the local people of the town, and in true Wes Anderson fashion get into some quirky and existential hijinks. Admittedly, I've recently fallen out of love with Wes Anderson's movies and style. Most people say that you can't be neutral to his work, that you either love it or hate it, but these days I feel quite neutral. With his recent films, in particular 2021's The French Dispatch, I felt saturated and overwhelmed by what has become the quintessential Wes Anderson style. The meticulous color, symmetry, and visual gags, coupled with the lengthy deadpan dialogue, can feel hollow and insincere. It feels like we're now a world away from the movies of Rushmore and Darjeeling Limited, two of my favorite Wes Anderson films, and now are moving into a all sizzle no steak territory. Taking all of that into consideration, I wasn't expecting much from Asteroid City, but I did enjoy this film. Of course, Asteroid City has all the hallmarks of his style, with all the visual characteristics and motifs you'd come to expect from one of his films. But this time, the look and feel was much easier to digest, and I think the desert setting helped influence a more pared back style and feeling to the film. The cast for Asteroid City is stacked. Each actor has their moment to shine and they do it well. Even Jeff Goldblum in his tiny moment was a hoot. I was most impressed by Jason Schwartzman and Scarlett Johansson, who have the most to work with in the story. The dialogue and the story felt much more genuine and reflective this time around. There were some great scenes towards the end of the film that were quite impactful and felt very honest. I wish that there were more of these scenes instead of the eccentric mingling you get for the majority of the film, because it was in those scenes where I felt like we were actually coming close to understanding and connecting with the messages of the film. Without saying too much, the film explores themes of isolation and grief, but is restrained for most of the film. Wes Anderson's films are not the type to be melodramatic or gritty, so I wouldn't expect that from his work. But I think the film loses out in a way because these films are being held back by the typical gimmicks. Asteroid City is nowhere near perfect, but it is Wes Anderson's best film in many years. It's funny, playful, well acted, and of course gorgeous, but the real gold is in those small moments where all pretense is dropped. Even though award season is far away, I can see potential nominations for production design. I look forward to seeing and hearing what others think of this film, and if you've seen it, please let me know your thoughts. As always, thank you for listening in, and please stay tuned for more reviews of the films that I saw at Cannes.